Shabbat Shalom. A question I get asked often is, what is it about anti-Semitism? Why is it that there's so many people that don't like the Jewish people? So in this week's Torah portion, actually we see two anti-Semites, Balak and Bilam. I'd like to explain a little bit the difference between these two people. Balak approaches Bilam. Balak is the king of the Moabites, and he's afraid that Jewish people are going to come and go through his country, kill his people, and destroy them as they enter the land of Israel. So he approaches Bilam, this prophet, and he says, can you curse the Jewish people so they should not be successful as they plummet through my land? Thinking that the best way to fight a war, if I can't beat them through power of might of an army, at least let's curse them, they should not be successful. The story goes on that Bilam was unsuccessful in cursing the Jewish people and instead ends up blessing them. The question is asked, who is a bigger anti-Semite? Balak, who wants to curse the Jews, or Bilam, who actually goes through the process of trying to curse them, actually unsuccessful? This is discussed mightily throughout the commentators. So I would like to share with you a perspective. Balak actually is afraid of the Jewish people because of their strength, but doesn't actually hate the Jews themselves. In other words, he's afraid of the outcome of what the Jews will have on his people, but doesn't hate the essence of the Jew. He's afraid of their strength, of their power, of their might, but doesn't hate the Jew themselves. So in other words, if he was assured that the Jews will not go through his country, just pass by them, and go straight into the land of Israel, he could care less. Just leave me alone. Curse them, get them to go through another way, whatever it should be. Bilam could have assured that, but he had no way of knowing that. Bilam, on the other hand, hated the essence of the Jewish people. He said, I want to curse them. I want to get to their essence. I want to figure out a way how to get rid of the Jews, because he hated the essence of the Jew themselves. And the more he hated them, the more he tried to curse them, the greater the blessing became. And here we see something fascinating about God. There's one thing to not like the action of the Jew, to not like our strength, to figure out a way how to work around them, circumvent the Jewish people. And that we can understand. You know, you see somebody who's successful, you don't like what we're doing, you want to figure out a way how not to work with a Jewish person. We can understand. People are jealous. Jealousy is a normal behavior. But to hate the essence of the Jew, that God doesn't like. So the more Bilam tried to get to our essence, the more Bilam tried to curse the Jew, the more God came to our defense. The greater the curse, the greater the blessing. And as we see in the verses, Bilam intensified his effort to curse the Jew. And it says in the verses, he tried to move from one mountaintop to another mountaintop to get a better view of the Jew, to try to understand how our essence works and knows how the Jewish person operates. The greater the blessing became. Like the expression goes, you poke the bear, the greater the roar. And this is exactly what happened. We should not be afraid of anti-Semites, because the more people try to hurt us, the greater God will come to protect us. And this is why we have to know that we should not be afraid of anybody, because as things intensify against us, which I'm not afraid